What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And in this video we will talk about the latest transfer update on David Alaba's potential transfer to Liverpool, because the Bild newspaper and some Spanish newspapers also made some very good, very interesting claims about David Alaba. Liverpool are still in the running to sign him, but first I want to give you guys a very good injury update. Both Joel Matip and Jordan Henderson are in contention to start tomorrow against Tottenham in a season-defining game in the Premier League. If Liverpool lose that game, I think we can kiss goodbye the title and maybe even a top 4 finish. It will be extremely difficult for Liverpool to win the title if we lose to Tottenham or don't win that. And Matip and Henderson are back in full training. Liverpool manager Klopp said that Hendo and Joel trained with the team fully. Like always with these things, we have to see how they react overnight and what they can do today, but they trained yesterday and that's very encouraging news. So according to Spanish outlet, Liverpool are still trying to persuade David Alaba into moving to Liverpool this summer as a free agent. They are saying that many clubs are in the running, but Liverpool are at the forefront of the negotiations, and Real Madrid are thought to be the most likely to land David Alaba, but they are unwilling to offer more than 11 million euros in annual wages. And Liverpool, if they want to sign Alaba, they have to put a very good wage offer on the table. And Fabrizio Romano claims that Alaba is looking for 12 million euros. That's the minimum that Alaba wants as yearly wages, which is a huge amount of money. And Man City have gone with a bumper offer of 14 million euros. And if David Alaba goes to Man City, I mean, oh my goodness, that would be just the worst case scenario, because Man City already have John Stones, Ruben Dias, Laporte and Eric Garcia, and if they sign another world-class player like Alaba, I don't see how Liverpool will be able to compete with them in the next 3 or 4 years. And Goal.com's new journalist Romeo Agresti revealed that Liverpool have offered 10.3 million euros on annual wages for David Alaba, which is around 1.5 million pounds shy of what David Alaba wants. But that means that we are still in the ring fighting for David Alaba. And Christian Falk said that confirmed the speculation that Alaba hasn't rejected Liverpool's salary offer. He said that news is false. Liverpool are still in the ring for the services of the Bayern Munich star, who is leaving Bayern Munich for new adventure. The Bild journalist said this: it's a classic case of not true that Alaba rejected Liverpool's contract offer. We had reported about Liverpool's interest and that they have thrown a salary offer into the ring, which has not yet been rejected. There is still no trend towards England, and we hear in the club inside Bayern Munich that Alaba's preference is to go to Real Madrid, who may already be ahead of the competition and have a deal with David Alaba. But there is a great consensus that in the end Alaba could move to Real Madrid, but the negotiations are far from over, because Real Madrid also haven't matched David Alaba's wage demands. So at the moment it's pretty open on where David Alaba signs. Yes, Real Madrid are favorites, but Liverpool are still in the ring. And James Spears also said that Liverpool have to sign a centre-back on loan after Manchester United knocked us out of the FA Cup. He practically begged Liverpool to at least bring in a stopgap, a loan move, a loan defender or a free agent, somebody who can plug that big hole at the back until the summer at Liverpool. So when Liverpool can buy a higher profile, a bigger name of a centre-back in the summer, until then we need somebody. James Spears said, I know that money is tight in the current climate in the middle of the pandemic, but I couldn't help but come away from the Manchester United game thinking Liverpool needs someone for the next 3 or 4 months. If that means a loan signing or a free agent, so be it. And I think that Eder Militao is still available, just like Issa Diop from West Ham, and even Neven Subotic is a free agent, somebody who worked previously with Jurgen Klopp. And I know that he's not like world class, but he's better than Reece Williams. And if that means that right now Liverpool's chances improve with finishing in the top 4 and maybe even having an outside chance at the title. As painful as that is, yesterday Man City won their 7th game in a row, smashing West Brom 5-0. West Brom, who Liverpool failed to beat, and after that, West Brom lost 5-0 to Leeds, they lost to Arsenal 4-0, they lost to Man City recently 5-0, and those that drop points could mean that Liverpool don't win the Premier League title. And I think we absolutely have to bring in someone in, because if Fabinho gets injured or if Matip gets injured again, then Liverpool's top 4 finish could be in jeopardy as well. And John Aldridge also said that people who criticize Thiago and make him a scapegoat for Liverpool not winning recently are not right. And he said Thiago has come in for some recent criticism after the Manchester United game, and I find that very harsh. People questioning his role in the side, if he suits Liverpool's style. He's only played a few times in the Premier League since he has come back, and it's at the time when the front three aren't clicking. You can't put it on Thiago, no chance. He's such a gifted player and so lovely to watch. No, I'm not having it. Assess him at the end of the season and see where Liverpool are. I think Jurgen might make a few changes. Games are coming thick and fast with Tottenham and West Ham and a lot of away games in a row. I don't think what he will do. I don't know what we will do, but I think he will mix it up a little. Joao Matip is fit and he can release Jordan Henderson in midfield. He can't release Fabinho because he has been player of the season at the back. He has to stay in defense until we get more people back in that position. I think it's strange that he hasn't looked at Takumi Minamino with Firmino below his best. I thought he might have got 25 minutes at least against Man United, but for some reason he's not getting the time. I don't know why, only Jurgen knows. I mean, Minamino must be the worst trainer on the football pitch, because every time that he played he has done pretty well. Maybe there was like 1 or 2 games where Minamino hasn't played well, but other than that he didn't really put a foot wrong. He scored a goal against Crystal Palace, played really well, and since then he hardly ever played. And I don't understand why. Don't tell me Origi is a better player than Minamino, because he's clearly not. Minamino, I think, scores that chance against Burnley and maybe win the game. But hindsight is 2020. I really hope that Jurgen Klopp just learns from this and puts Minamino on the pitch more often. And Robbie Fowler has also given his opinion on Mo Salah. He said that Liverpool are going through a difficult patch, and it's just Firmino. Salah doesn't really look the same player. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I just mean in terms of his confidence, it looks a bit low. But I think Salah scoring 2 goals against Man United, his confidence must be sky high again, and I really expect a big performance from Liverpool against Tottenham. We just absolutely have to. If we don't beat Tottenham, I think the title race is over, because Man City, as I said, already 7 points clear. They now played the same amount of games as Liverpool. Man United 6 points clear. If we drop points against Tottenham, and I mean Man United play Sheffield United, Man City play Burnley and Sheffield United as well next. So Man City will probably win their next 2 games easily. And if Liverpool are 9 or 11 points behind Man City, I mean, how can you come back from that with this kind of form? With just 1 fit senior centre back, I'm really very close to saying that Liverpool have absolutely no chance of winning the Premier League title, which is very painful. Dietmar Hamann came to the defense of Trent Alexander-Arnold. He said, if you play weekly or every 3rd day, the standard he set has been exceptional. He has been flawless for like 2 years. He played over 100 games. I find the criticism of Trent ridiculous. To criticize a player who is still very young because he has had some half-baked appearances and not done any assists in a few months is ridiculous. And maybe it's also worth considering the effect of COVID, that Trent also went through the virus and maybe he hasn't been the same ever since. And James Milner said that there are no second choices in knockout football. I'm gutted we didn't get the job done against Man United, but we have to look forward now, a job to do on Thursday. Ultimately, it's disappointing. It's a cup game. The result is the only thing that matters in a cup game. So losing to Man United is very disappointing. I think the boys can be proud of how they played. Disappointed to give away the goals we did. which could have been stopped. But we reacted better today in disappointments to the game, in the game, better than we have done in recent games, and I think that's a positive for us going forward. I think when you have been on the run we have in the last few years, winning game after game, at times maybe when we didn't deserve to win, and things are going your way, everything is easy. And obviously when results aren't going your way, things that went your way before don't seem to, that's when we have to keep pushing, keep working hard, reacting the right way to disappointments. I think the boys did well today. They worked hard up front, created some good chances, and I thought some of the play in the final third was a lot better today. We carved out some good chances. Ultimately today is a cup game, and hopefully it's the first step of us getting back on a good run, and I really hope so. I think Liverpool absolutely have to beat Tottenham. I already mentioned that. And Trent Alexander-Arnold also said that we have set such high standards for each other and ourselves over the last 2 or 3 years, so I think it becomes a bit of an expectation from everyone around us, and even ourselves really, to maintain those high standards. So when things aren't going well, and as well as we want them to, then it's probably magnified, probably looked into a lot more than what other teams would be. But that's just down to ourselves, and we know we are not getting the points that we want or that we need. So we're looking at that, and I think it's just about getting back into our rhythm at the end of the day. The sooner we do that, the better. But we have been looking at it, and we have been trying to improve without trying to overthink it, and just get back to what was working best for us the last few years. The only people we have to blame and to really put anything on is ourselves. At the end of the day, it's down to us to go out there and get the 3 points, get the wins. We haven't been able to do that the last few games. I think in a few of games we have had the chances to score. We should have got a few more points, I think, but that's football. You don't get the results that you want every game. But we have tried not to look into it too much and get ourselves down. But we know that there's things that we need to work on. Tottenham is a tough opposition. I think when we play each other, it's always a good game. We are excited to go head to head against them again in a few days, see what happens. We will have a game plan. The intention is to get all 3 points, and if we can carry it out the way we want to, then I'm sure we will. We went there last year, scored a goal, and were able to keep a clean sheet and win 1-0 and come away with a victory. That's something we will be looking to do again. We don't really care what score it is. We just want the 3 points, whether it be 4-3 or 1-0. It doesn't make a difference to us. We want to make sure we get the 3 points. That's what's the most important. I think if our mentality and performance is right on the day, then we've got a good chance of doing that. And that's the kind of rallying cry that I want from not just Trent, but every single player. And Harvey Elliott also got his 8th assists in the championship. He's on loan at Blackburn Rovers, and they are doing pretty well in the league, fighting for getting promoted. And Harvey Elliott has one of the most assists in the championship for Harvey Elliott. So I think that he will be a superstar, and hopefully in 1 or 2 years he will be back at Liverpool and playing in the Premier League. And that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.